Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast update for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, as we look at temperatures across the U.S. here at 9 o'clock this morning, I'm sure you can pick out the cold front extending from the Great Lakes down toward the Red River region. 60s and 70s out ahead of that cold front, 40s, 30s, 20s, eventually single digits as you make your way behind the cold front all the way into the northern plains and the Canadian prairie. Along that cold front, we've got showers and thunderstorms ongoing. We're looking at the chance for some strong storms across parts of Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, southern Wisconsin as we head through the late afternoon hours into the evening. And then on the backside where we've got some cold air, expecting a swath of accumulating snow with some embedded ice accumulation from Nebraska northeastward into the Great Lakes, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. So as we look at the hazards map from the National Weather Service this morning, a broad area with winter weather advisories from northern Kansas, northeast Colorado, northeastward into portions of Minnesota and Wisconsin. Where you see the pink shading there, Minnesota into northwest Wisconsin, a winter storm warning is in effect, and then the purple shading embedded within that, that's your ice storm warning. We've also got a high wind watch, or a wind advisory in effect across the northern half of Illinois into Wisconsin. Strong southerly winds feeding into that, and that's what's going to amplify the chance for some strong storms across that corridor along and ahead of that cold front as we head through the last half of the day today. In the bottom right, we've got the latest from the National Hurricane Center on Tropical Storm Eta, which is expected to meander through the Gulf of Mexico over the next 48 to 72 hours, eventually making landfall across the Gulf Coast as we get into the weekend. Now we'll take a look at the animation of temperatures here with the high-resolution NAM model as we head through the next 48 hours. We will watch this cold front eventually make its way through the northeast here as we get into the day on Thursday. We'll look at the timing on this a little bit closer. It says midday Tuesday. Again, heading into the sunset now as we get into Tuesday evening. And again, it's along the cold front here as it sweeps through this region that we could see those strong storms during the afternoon and evening hours today. We'll take this into the overnight and then wake up on Wednesday with the cold front knocking on our door, but we'll still enjoy another warm Wednesday across the Northeast before that front sweeps through during the evening and overnight hours on Wednesday, waking up to a much chillier Northeast on Thursday. The precipitation forecast that follows, again, we'll bring it back to this morning, expecting that thunderstorm threat. Again, a few strong storms possible here along that front as we head through the afternoon and evening hours. Take it through the overnight and then wake up on Wednesday morning, tomorrow morning, the cold front again knocking on our door. Rain and thunderstorms along and ahead of that front, so we'll see rain with embedded thunderstorms sweeping across the Northeast from west to east through the day tomorrow into Wednesday night, and again, waking up to a much chillier Northeast on Thursday morning behind that cold front. Now, as we look at total precipitation over the next 7 days, we're looking at parts of Pennsylvania eastward toward the Atlantic, parts of upstate New York, perhaps getting in excess of an inch to an inch and a half of rainfall. And again, we're going to have some help there with another system that comes in towards the end of the week. We'll look at all of that here with a look at the mid-level jet stream winds across North America. This is the system right now, the little upper-level disturbance that is going to be responsible for the severe weather threat across the Midwest today and the snow across the upper Midwest. This one quickly lifts northeast away from, we're up through the Great Lakes into eastern Canada. So instead of taking a more easterly trajectory, bringing the chance for more organized thunderstorms into our area and also sweeping the front through a little more quickly, with this lifting off to the northeast and a pattern that kind of keeps these disturbances lifting off to the northeast, that's going to allow us to kind of flirt with a warmer pattern as we head into the end of November. So we're going to get these cold fronts that knock on our door, but not really driving through our area with bitterly cold air. Instead, we really modify the air mass on the backside pretty quickly. Now I'm going to keep this going all the way to Friday night and now Saturday. And here's this next leg of this trough that comes rotating around the base as we get into, again, Saturday into Sunday night. And that's going to bring upper-level vertical motion back into the northeast. And again, tapping into moisture here that's going to allow an exacerbation or additional rainfall across the region as we head into the weekend. Now we can just visualize all that here with the European operational model, the precipitation forecast. We'll go quickly through the day today. Watching rain make its way into the area tomorrow morning. This is sunrise on Wednesday morning. Rain accompanies the cold front sweeping from west to east across the region during the day tomorrow, tapering off into Wednesday night. It's possible some rain could linger across eastern Pennsylvania into New Jersey on Thursday. But then we'll dry out for at least a couple of days as high pressure moves into the region. It's not until the next wave approaches from the southwest as we get into the weekend we'll see rain once again return to the northeast as we get into Saturday night and now Sunday. This would be Sunday morning, now Sunday night, getting into Monday. and this is when we could see some cold air come in on the backside, changing some of these rain showers over to snow as we head into early next week. We'll be able to talk more about that as we get into our Friday forecast. So between now and Thursday, this is what we're looking at, and then when we add in the next 7 days, you've got the map on the right. So between now and Thursday, this first system passes through. Rain is going to be heaviest off to the south parts of Pennsylvania, eastern to New Jersey, where rain could linger the longest. That's where we could see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. As you head off toward the north, upstate New York, over towards southern Maine, that's what we're talking about, a trace to a few tenths of an inch of rainfall, where it's much more lighter during the day on Wednesday. Now we add in the disturbance that makes its way through over the weekend, and it's more likely that we'll see those 1 to 2 inch totals making their way into upstate New York, parts of New Hampshire, Vermont, and even into Maine, with more in the way of a long duration heavy precipitation event as we get through the weekend into early next week. Now I want to show you the upper level pattern just briefly before I let you go, and again, it's one that's going to favor a lot of ridging across the U.S. here, and again, a really relaxed pattern that allows us to bring a lot of warmth into the midsection of the country. So as we look out toward the last half of November, it's not going to be as if it's going to be a continuation of summer. I don't know that we'll see a lot more in the way of 70s like we've seen over the last week, but it does look like we will be kind of protected from real bitterly cold Arctic air intrusions, at least into the end of November here, with a lot of seasonally appropriate temperatures, if not a little bit of mild weather, sticking around as well. So here are your highs over the next 5 days. 60s and 70s today. We'll see warmth continuing tomorrow. The cold front does make its way through by Thursday, though, but even look on the backside there, we're still warmer than we should be this time of year. So that's what I'm talking about. We get these cold fronts, but it's not knocking us into anything colder than where we should be this time of year. Here's your highs on Saturday. And then we'll talk more about the weekend and the potential for some heavier rain across the region with our Friday Northeast regional forecast. Have a great day. Talk to you again on Friday.